Monday, December 9th, 2024, and it is 33 degrees where I am. 33 degrees. Thank you so much for those of you who are coming to this video. Thank you for those who are supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I've done some knitting over the weekend. I made a couple videos about the sweater that is the baby sweater that zips down the back, which is really fun. I made one for two of my grandsons, their babies. I made one to send to my friend out in Washington State. And I also am making another one right now, which is gray, which could be for a boy or girl, which I think is kind of cool because it could be passed down. Well, the green one that I made, that could be passed down. I think any color actually could be passed down. I don't know if I'd put a pink sweater on a boy, but maybe any other color I might do. And so I'm almost at the cuff of the sweater, the gray one. I'm almost done. And then the next thing I have to do is sew in the zipper. So I just wanted to say I got the zippers on Amazon and they were pretty inexpensive. You can get them long and then you can shorten them. So if that's what you want to do, you can get like a whole package of all different colors and just do the color that works for the sweater that you're making. So this morning it looks really pretty. The sun is really shining on the trees in an interesting way so that you can see like the sunlight on the top of the trees and a little bit more shade on the bottom, which is kind of cool. And I'm heading off to school. Today's Monday, so getting ready for the week, figuring out what is going to happen for the week. And so, yeah, it's getting close to Christmas. I actually have a son who is having a birthday on Wednesday, so that's coming up. But thinking about the holidays, and I do have 13 kids, and my parents were very into giving gifts. So my Christmases as a young kid were a lot of presents, and my dad always loved to give something really like that would make us like surprised. So he would usually try to find something large, not always majorly high priced, but something that was big. Like one year he got us all cross country skis. I didn't really like cross country skiing that much, unfortunately, but we did do it. We did use the skis and we pretty much wore them out. I just wasn't as into cross country skiing as I really did like downhill skiing. Hello, thank you for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, please give this video a thumbs up and think about subscribing because I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm also trying to figure out how to increase my watch time. So that's what all of the small YouTube channel people are looking at. So I started these morning videos to show the foliage, and today is an interesting morning. You can see that sun shining through, and the sky is blue. And we had snow last week, actually. We had a little bit of snow. It was really weird. Just right around where I live, we had 1 inch of snow. Some places had no snow. Some places had 2 inches of snow. It was kind of variable throughout, just, driving from town to town. But this week, it's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s. So we'll see. As I say in New Hampshire, if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. That's what it's going to be like this week. Now, this scarf right here is a fun fur scarf. This scarf is probably about 20 years old. My kids made these several years ago. Nifty 50, you might remember this style. And I am going to do a video on how to make one of these. I'm going to show one of my students so that, because she wanted to sell some scarves, and this is a really good one to make and then sell for like 20 bucks. Although the yarn itself could be pricey. I got some yarn on Amazon because it was easier that way. But if you see this type of yarn making these scarves, they're great gifts, and they're also good for, you know, craft fairs and still stuff like that. So thanks for the comments. Good morning. The weather is 34 degrees now. It's 34 degrees and getting warmer. We're supposed to have, like, what do you call it? Spring weather. And we just had snow a couple days ago. My boys, they like to do snow removal. So they want the snow to come. And it's interesting, on, I think it was Saturday morning, I heard them getting up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was wondering what was going on. And it was, they were getting ready to go outside and shovel. So they have some apartment building areas, there's shovel walkways and stuff like that. So to some people, snow is very welcome because it means they make money. But to other people like me, snow is it means it's cold. And I don't really mind the snow as much as I kind of, you know, the ice is bad. So as long as we don't have ice, we're doing pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming to this video. And I just want to talk a little bit about Christmas, having a large family. Early on, when my kids were little, I really was all about wanting to buy them toys. And I don't think there's anything wrong with buying kids toys, but I don't like the idea of going into debt. You know, kids will participate in Christmas the way you do it. And some years we had more, you know, ability to give them toys than others. And, you know, you do what you can, and I would not advise to go into debt for Christmas. I've heard stories of people that go into debt, try to give their kids the biggest and baddest stuff. Now, my father, he always used to like to save up for Christmas. I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but he loved Christmas and he loved to give gifts. And he would find a way to find things at good prices. And my parents always did a great job at that. Usually we got clothes, we got some toys, something practical, maybe sleds. Like I mentioned, we got cross-country skis one year. I remember my brother got one of those air hockey tables. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I am almost at 1,000 subscribers. So in my family, I had 13 children, so it got difficult. And we also were, you know, always active in our church. And we had a lot of people that gave us a lot of stuff. So we have been very blessed over the years of all of the things that my kids have been blessed with. And this year, I'm older, my kids are older, and we all live kind of a little bit of a distance. So we decided that the adult children, my youngest is almost 17, and myself and my husband, we would all just put our names into the Elfster. So this year we're doing Elfster. I think this might be the 3rd or 4th year in a row that we've done this. And then I like to, as the grandma, buy my grandkids a little something. And I was thinking that maybe this year I would do the old lady thing and put money in an envelope. So I was thinking of getting a small gift and put money in an envelope for the grandkids and not try to be too fancy about it. And I remember as a kid, I had a lot of older relatives that gave money in envelopes, and I think that's kind of fun. So that's what I'm thinking of doing this year. And I decided that I will do my best to do, cards. I like to do cards, sending people at my school a card and family members and stuff like that. I even helped my mom do some Christmas cards, which she never does. My father did Christmas cards very faithfully all through the years. And Saturday, I was looking at his address book, just thinking about him and how special he was. And he thought of everyone. He had everyone's birthday written down, he had kept up with addresses, and he was really, really good about that. So my mom never really had to do the Christmas cards, but every year she says, I wish I had done cards. I wish I could do cards. So this year I went over there, brought some cards, filled them out for her, and we sent a few. And I plan to do that again. I plan to, like, as she gets a card, just try to send one back. That way she knows that she has done cards this year. So, yeah. So Kathy says she remembers this scarf, but she never made one. It's actually, you put like 20 stitches on, and then you just knit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you use large needles. So it gets done pretty quick, but it looks kind of fancy. And it's homemade, something you can make homemade. So this year I was mentioning about the Elfster. So my older kids, we all are going to do Elfster. We also have a family chat. So when somebody gets a gift, they will say thank you on the family chat. You can say who the Elfster was or not, whatever you prefer. And right now, we don't know who has who. And so I have one person in my family, and I'm trying to figure out what to give. It is harder to give older kids gifts, and especially when you know they have everything, and they can just go out and buy it. We try to keep it like between $30 and $50. But if they want something really a lot and it's a little bit more, then the Elfster usually splurges. So it's kind of fun to have this little thing, and then they also fill out like their their wish list. And so you can even go back to it during the year when it's time for their birthday, and you can go back to the wish list and maybe pick something out of their wish list and send it to them for their birthday or any time during the year. So it kind of serves as more than one purpose. So I recommend that, the Elfster or something close to it. And then also, I like Amazon because I have the free shipping. So you can pick out a gift and then you can just have it sent to their house and you're all done. Rather than buying something and then shipping it, because shipping is expensive these days. I made a sweater and sent it. I put it in one of those priority mail boxes, and it cost me $15, something like that. So I thought that was kind of a lot to send a sweater. Like, you might go to the store and buy a sweater for $15, or the thrift store. So I thought Amazon is a great grandma tool. So I usually use it for birthdays and Christmas gifts. So for the older people in my family, I'm doing the Elfster. For the kids, I think I'm going to do the money in an envelope. And for the babies, the new babies of the family, I make stockings. And I don't think I'm going to be able to make. I need to make two of them. I don't think I'm going to be able to get those done before Christmas, but I'll do it um, during the year. I feel kind of pressured right now. And I just had one baby born in November. I made two sweaters, one for the older brother, one for the baby. And for the other baby, I made a sweater when it was born in March. So I'm not into the stocking right now, but I'll make it for next year, I think. We'll see. Last year we got out with a little bit more time before Christmas, so I felt like I had more time to do a stocking. This year, we'll see what happens, but I need to make one for the baby that was born in March and the baby that was born in November. And next year, I'm going to have to make one for the baby that will be born in May. So I have a few stockings to catch up on. So Nifty 50 says she's embracing the old lady simplified Christmas method. Yeah. So for Christmas dinner, it's kind of funny. We were invited to my oldest daughter's in-laws. We've gone there for the last couple of years, and they enjoy hosting us, so why not? So my daughter usually does Thanksgiving at her house, and her in-laws usually come, and so we've become friends. We all chat, we enjoy the holidays together, and so they said on Thanksgiving we'd like to invite you for Christmas. So I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to do. And I don't have any majorly big plans for the Christmas season. I really want to go down and see that baby in Georgia, but I don't think that's going to happen. Um, I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'm enjoying the pictures and the little videos. I'm really glad that we can do that now. And that's one of the good things about technology is if you live far away, you can still keep in touch pretty well. So that's good. So it is now 37 degrees and the sun is shining. The sky looks amazing. And we had snow on Thursday night into Friday, and then we also had snow yesterday morning. We had about an inch of snow, and it's probably all going to be melted midweek. Now, I said in one of my other chats that in New Hampshire, just because it snows the beginning of December is no guarantee of a white Christmas. The white Christmas has to be, if we got like 2 feet of snow, then yeah, maybe. But if you just get a dusting, it could be gone. I can remember being outside with, a sweater on mid-December. It doesn't have to be, it's not always freezing cold in December in New Hampshire. Now, January and February, it's cold. But December could be variable. We could have warm, we could have snow. I can remember one year as a child, I got a pogo stick for Christmas, and I went outside and I was able to use it that Christmas on Christmas Day, pogo sticking around my neighborhood. So you just never know what December is going to be like. So today it's 36. Friday we had snow and my boys got up early and shoveled, but then it was a little bit warmer, and we had some really huge flakes in the afternoon. It was kind of cool because this was Thursday actually. I work in a modular, and when I have to go to the next building, I sometimes have to grab my coat. If it's not too bad, I don't grab my coat. So I remember on Thursday there were snowflakes coming down, but it wasn't that cold. Hello, Carrie. Thanks for coming. So Carrie, I'm hoping she's going to be learning how to knit with me at some point. So she's working on thinking about it. As soon as she gets some needles, we're going to be on it. I have a small, very beginner playlist for knitters, and I just have start with a slip knot. I demonstrate how to do that, how to cast on, and how to knit your first stitch. And this scarf right here is straight knitting. You just knit across, knit across. I also have on that same playlist, I have purling. I have a student at my school. She's really doing well with her knitting. And I really told her the other day I want to see her learn how to purl, because that blue sweater that I'm making has knitting and purling. So that is a really good thing to know how to do. It kind of goes along with knitting. Knitting is the first stitch. Purling is kind of like knitting, only kind of backwards. And then everything else is just a combination of knitting. So it's interesting how many different things you can do with just a string. So this is string. This is called Fun Fur, and this is really fun. It's just knitted, but it's kind of furry yarn. So it makes a really fun scarf. I love this scarf. My girls made so many of these, and we sold them at craft fairs. And I think we sold them back then for like 20 bucks, which wasn't much compared to how much it cost for the yarn. I'm jealous that you've enjoyed I've avoided cooking on major holidays. Well, Thursday I did make a turkey. I baked a turkey the day before, and made turkey soup. I made, sliced turkey so that we would have leftovers, even though I didn't do the cooking, we had the leftovers. So I did do some cooking. I just didn't do the cooking for a large group. And I am very fortunate because my oldest daughter loves to cook. And all of my kids are pretty good cooks, actually. They don't necessarily always cook for everyone in their life, but I have several children they were in Georgia for Thanksgiving, and they all helped each other cook. They sent pictures of all the food that they made. They kind of worked together and put together a Thanksgiving meal. So that was cool. So all my kids, through the years, they have participated, and some of them like cooking more than others. My daughter, she was born on Thanksgiving, the day she was born, and she helped cook for Thanksgiving, and she's a really good cook. She actually works at a Chipotle restaurant. Not that they cook that much, but she works with food. So yeah, it's a blessing, but on the other hand, I kind of miss having all of the kids together. But I'm a little worn out from all of the cooking and all of probably not just the cooking, but all the stuff that goes with it. Cleaning the house, then afterward you clean the dishes. Now my oldest daughter, her mother-in-law is really good at cleaning. So after the dinner, she helps clean up. So my daughter's house is pretty decent when we all leave. So she's fortunate like that. So it works out well. I guess we have a little bit of a system going for now. And then she also has two daughters that are 10 years old, and it's their turn. Their turn is coming up. Maybe they'll be the cooks in a few years, and my daughter can take a break. But her husband also likes to help. He smoked a turkey. So Carrie said it was her job to bring rolls and butter. Ah, yeah. My mother used to make really good rolls. So her job, if we went out for Thanksgiving to visit relatives, she always brought the rolls. But my mom was always a really great cook. So I didn't really have to do all the cooking when I was younger. And she kind of preferred the cooking, and we would do the games and entertainment and all that fun stuff. And that's what I did at my daughter's house. Is we also did a Kahoot game. So we did watch a movie, and then it's been a tradition the last couple of years that we thank you for the Merry Christmas greetings. Thank you so much. We've done Kahoot game with all of the kids. So everybody gets a device, whether it's a phone, iPad, computer, and I put the Kahoot game up on the TV, which is a big screen, and we play Kahoot. Now, we've done years where we get other people that don't live with us onto the Kahoot game as well. And that was really fun, a way that we can kind of get together. But we played the Kahoot game with the people that were in the house on Thanksgiving. And then we also did a baby reveal, gender reveal, because my daughter's due in May. And we got a whole bunch of people on Zoom. We were on Zoom, people in Georgia, people in Indiana. My sister in Florida, I tried to get her in, but that didn't work out very well. But as many people as we could, friends of my daughter, and we all joined on Zoom. And then she did her gender reveal so we could see, their reaction. And she's going to have a girl. So it's very exciting. It's her first child. She's my second daughter. My first daughter has 5 kids. My second daughter doesn't have any children yet. So this is her first child. And so it's very exciting. And I'm very happy for them. And it's going to be a whole new adventure. She and her husband have, worked really hard, and they've done all the things. And now it's time to enjoy having their own child. So it's very exciting. And I guess you can also go to like AI and you can put in the photos of the parents and you can get a picture of what you think the child's going to look like. So she's already done it. If it looks like a boy, this is what it could look like. If it looks like a girl, this is what it could look like. But I don't know how that would work because I have 13 kids. They all look completely different. So I don't think AI could really figure it out. I should just do that, like go on AI and put in the pictures, see what it comes up with, and see if the photo looks like any of my children right now. But, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. Gender reveal when they're babies, and then when they're older, they might change genders. Hopefully not. It's just a weird situation that we're living in. So thank you for joining me for my morning drive, and looks like it's going to be a nice day. It's 37 degrees. I do see some clouds. I don't know. I didn't really even check the weather, but I think we might be due with some snow, which would be weird, really weird, because the weather says on Wednesday it's supposed to be 50. So I've seen a couple plows go by. Usually that happens when the plows are getting ready for snow. You might see a lot of plows. They'll go out and gas up and make sure everything's working correctly. And it does look, the sky looks like we actually have snow up in the sky right now. It looks like the snow is up there. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if tomorrow we have snow to show you. So this week should be an interesting week. We might have snow, we might have sun tanning weather, and that's how it is in New Hampshire. If you don't like the weather, you can just wait a minute. And I have layers on. I have this warm wool coat because it was kind of chilly in my classroom. I have on a crew neck top. I will be cold if I take the coat off. So I don't know. It doesn't usually get warm enough there. I have my winter coat on because I have to go from the car to the classroom. So I have a few different layers on, and my hope is that I don't get too hot. I don't like to be cold, and I don't like to be hot. So anyway, thank you guys for coming. I am headed out. I'm almost to school. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up. 6 thumbs up. Thanks so much. and I am almost at 1,000 subscribers. I am so excited. I'm hoping that my knitting videos will, be something people will enjoy watching. My most watched video is this coat I have right now, and I have this fur that I put on. You can buy the fur on Amazon and sew buttons on and then attach this really pretty fur. And you can put this on any hoodie of any coat. So I have a video about that, and it is still getting views. One of my other larger videos is about how I quit teaching public school after student teaching. So, yeah, so I work at a Christian school. I don't work at a public school. And that's one of my largest watched videos as well. I also have videos about Jamberry nails, which is really fun. They're nail wraps. And I love doing videos for that company. There are lots of people that wear Lillian Fox. What did I say? Did I say Lillian Fox? Lillian Fox nail wraps. And they're fun. I've been wearing them for a couple years. You can buy them for $2.99 at lillianfox.com. And I don't get any money for the videos. They don't want affiliates, I guess. It's just a hobby that I like, and something I do as a teacher to just kind of have decent looking hands for the classroom. And these are Christmassy. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping me company as I'm driving to school. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.